You live a great life. You drive in armored vehicles escorted on both sides by armed security men, led by armed vans, and from behind a long convoy where they can hardly identify your armored vehicle. Your office has an armored door, long security queues before you can be seen. You fly in private jet, perhaps armored as well. And then you come out. Your children are not anywhere around us. And even the ones who are, they're just as protected. But not us ordinary Nigerians. And so you don't feel our pain. And that's why you can distance yourself from our cry by citing the example of Abraham and Isaac. The farmers who lose their farmlands daily do not need your distance. They need empathy and they need action. They need you to be able to protect the land. They need you to stop the insecurity that is plaguing their land. They don't need you giving them parables about Abraham and Isaac, the children who were tied up. Did you see that child? The one tied up with stone tied to his back, his legs and his hands tied together. How can that not move you, Mr. President? How can you be given parables when children are in tears? May no parent go through this fear of knowing that they may be the ones to bury their children, or worse, not even see the corpse of their children. Find better answers. And let all those who say this insecurity has always been here know that one day it might be their turn. Let them know that the land bleeds. What is flowing on our rivers is not water, just the blood and tears of Nigerians. Let that mean something to you, Mr. President. My name is Hilda Dakubo, and this is the Oracle, and this Oracle will continue to speak. My people, let us talk truthfully, seriously. What exactly is the life of a Nigerian worth? To those who lead Nigeria, what is the value attached to a Nigerian's life? There are moments when a nation listens to its leaders and feel reassured. And then there are those moments when a nation listens and then begins to wonder whether a leader can hear and understand their cries. Mr. President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigerians are not Isaac. I have watched this interview over and over and over, and one question has continued to plague my mind, and that is, did you even understand the question? You know, this was one of those moments. Asked about the worsening insecurity that has turned vast parts of Nigeria into landscapes of fear, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu reached for the story of Abraham and Isaac. Abraham, Isaac, sacrifices and faith, a biblical lesson, a sermon. Okay, President, Nigerians are not asking for sermons and parables. No, Nigerians were not asking for Sunday school classes. We know where our churches are. And if we want classes, we know when to go to school. We were asking why we cannot sleep with both eyes closed. Why we cannot remove our ears from the doors and windows. Why we must live in this kind of fear. We are asking, why are our children, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, still being adopted? That's our question. Why are villages still being raided? Why are farmers abandoning their farmlands? Why highways have become haunted grounds? Why mothers are bearing children they spent years praying for? Our own Isaacs. Mr. President, Nigeria did not ask whether God values human life. Of course we know he does. Otherwise, didn't you read that part of the Bible? Since you know about Abraham and Isaac, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So our own only begotten is what we are losing, is what we are mourning now. So the question that we asked was why this government appears unable to protect the land, property, and people. That is the question, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And guess what? No amount of scripture can hide that.